This is going to be a love reading for the sign of Gemini. Actually, yeah, we'll do Gemini. Kind of skipped over Taurus, but we'll do them next. Okay, so this is going to be for Gemini, and this is a love reading. So we're going to ask first what's going on with your person, whoever it is that you're thinking about as you sat down to watch this reading. What's going on their side that you may know about, you may not know about. We're just going to take a peek at what's going on under the surface for your person. This is for my Gemini gang. What's going on with Gemini's person? What's going on with Gemini's person? What's going on with Gemini's person? It's so weird. Like, this is not even a statement that I would make, but I'm just hearing this statement that your person has been down bad and that things are sort of starting to shift in their favor. Down bad is not even something I say. So that is definitely a message coming through. Okay, Gemini. This is really interesting. There's a lot of messages flooding in right now. I feel like as soon as this Wheel of Fortune came out, it's like, I feel like your person was like down on their luck for a hot minute. But things are like starting to get better for them. I don't know if they're like going through some type of counseling, or like they're maybe like have finally like reached out for some type of support to deal with like whatever was going on for them. But I feel like they were going through it, like just down on their luck is what keeps coming through. But I think that they're experiencing a shift, but I think that they're doing that through support. I don't know, maybe you're the support, but that's not really the tap in. I just feel like your person has gotten some type of outside support for whatever they were like whatever like down spiral they were sort of stuck in. I feel like they're finally finding their way again. This is so interesting. What's the character in Wizard of Oz that finds their heart? The Tin Man. When this King of Cups came out, I got that feeling like that your person is finding their heart again, if that makes sense. And that, you know, it's like what's on the cards is sometimes there's like messages flooding through when the cards are coming out, and there's a lot right now with your person. It's like they're finding their way to learn how to love again. They're finding their capacity to love again. So I feel like whatever came before this Wheel of Fortune was like like they were just so down on their luck. I don't know. You know, maybe your person's story, whatever was going on for them, but it's just like it's like they were going through a really like down on your luck is what keeps coming through. Like down on your luck, like nothing going right, and just like cannot pull out of this spiral. But they are pulling out of this spiral, and they're finding their way to sit on their throne again. They're finding their way to love again. This is not a super gushy, expressive king. So I would say this is a person who is getting that capacity back to love. You know, it's like their heart opening, and they're feeling a lot of love. They may be a little bit surprised to be feeling this capacity to love after how much hard stuff that they've walked through. But this is a person who's working hard at it. And they're starting to see the results. They're really starting to see some results with the work that they've put in. I don't know if they were down hard with like money. But this is definitely a person who has planted some seeds and done some work and is finally watching things grow, you know, and finally like sitting in a place of like balance, of knowing what they can keep and what they can give away, like what they need to keep and what they can give away. And this is a person who's getting a little bit more into like a relaxed stance. I feel like this person, you know, is like, they're ready. Like they're ready to jump into this with the Three of Wands coming under the King of Cups. Like they're ready to love. They're ready to love. This person is ready to love. They're feeling a lot of warmth here. They are feeling a lot of warmth. I'm wondering if this connection is something that sort of has been like a motivating force to pull them out of this sort of ditch. If so, that's a really beautiful thing, Gemini. If you've been a force to put, you know, maybe you just kind of cracked some light on somebody who's been like super down, or it's possible that this is something that like really has nothing to do with love, but I don't know, Gemini. Like, I just feel like this person is like pressing through really hard, that they were down on their luck. I feel like it has something to do with money. But I feel like they're finding their way. They're doing it through collaborating with others. But you know, I think when you're in a space of being so down hard that like it's hard to love, it's hard to open your heart, it's hard to feel anything when you're in that type of energy. But I feel like your person is standing on their feet. They're starting to stand strong. Like it's coming through for them. And they're ready. They're ready. They're at the edge and they're ready. They're ready to dive in. So they may not have like, you know, jumped into this like yet, but they're ready. They're feeling the warmth in this connection. They're feeling the sweetness in this connection. They're feeling joy. I feel like this is a person who has been sort of shut down and is finally like cracking open and like coming back to life, feeling alive again. So let's see, Gemini, what's coming up in the near future with this connection and the mutual energy between you two. And near future could be a week, could be a month, could be 2 months, but I'm framing it up to the next few months. So let's see what's coming up in the mutual energy. I feel like this is a person who felt like they were underwater a bit, and is finally just feeling like, I can breathe, like that they can finally like take a deep breath and like relax. I don't know what they went through, but I think it was pretty tough. There's not a lot coming in about like heartbreak or anything like that. I don't think that's it. I think this person was like went through like a squeezing, like a learning process of like having to figure it out when it's hard. Okay, what's coming up for Gemini and their person in the mutual energy in the near future? Gemini and their person. So, Emperor can talk about like structure, a little bit of rigidity. Let's see. We've got something flipped over here. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Why is this Emperor here? I'm like not very clear on why he's showing up in terms of the mutual connection. Okay. So, you know, there may be something about like needing to learn how to compromise here when it comes to the mutual energy between you two. Like that might be somewhat of a challenge that you're gonna have to to work on together. There may be some inability to compromise here. The Emperor can sometimes be like, as I said, a little bit rigid, but also this is like a type of conflict where somebody wins, but they don't really feel good about it. Nobody really feels good in this conflict, but you know, it's like this guy won and he's holding all the swords, but it's like, it's almost like a win at all costs thing. So, this is like sometimes this card comes across as like, needing to be right, without consideration of like what that means to the other person, maybe without consideration to the fact that they could be maybe not correct always, all the time, or that their perspective is not the only perspective. So I would say there may be something here with a need to work on communication in this connection. So you may, there may just be some like toughness around communication. And you know, listen, when people come together, Gemini, they have to learn to grow together. So, you know, I'm not saying that if this is like a real issue, that this is something you should stick with or stay in, but there's a lot of beautiful aspects to this. So I would say, you know, if this is an issue, this is just something that may need to be worked on. Communication. You guys are going to have to work on communication. That's what I see coming through here. And this may be like, if your person is going through counseling, then that's a really good thing. If they are getting support around them and other people to talk to, you know, this is an indication of someone who has a willingness to learn. So, you know, and I'm not saying you should train anybody either, but I'm saying that like we have to start somewhere. If our communication isn't great, we only can learn by communicating. So there's just to me, there's an indication here that there's some work that's going to have to happen. You have a couple of pages here, so this can be a couple things. Well, we're talking about the mutual energy. So I would say that this is just kind of like this is like a sweet offer, enthusiastic, maybe a little bit immature. Right, so pages come in a little bit underdeveloped, and that might be why there's an indication that there's some work to be done here, you know, with these pages here. But there is joy coming up in this connection. There is some harmony. There is some, you know, unity happening here. There's a lot of love and joy in the Three of Cups, so that's very nice. But again, okay, this Four of Pentacles can come in and talk about some rigidity. And it's possible that because of like whatever hard time your person went through, that they may have a hard time kind of letting things flow, right? It may be tough for them to loosen the grip on certain things out of fear. Let's see, why is this Four of Pentacles here? Okay, well, we just had a flop out. Yeah, so this is like a self-protection mode, right? But it's coming up with coins and it's coming up with love. This is like, there is an aspect coming up here, and that might be why the communication could be hard, because everybody could sort of, in the upcoming near future, sort of be in a little bit of a stance of like self-protection, like holding fear of loss. You know, wanting to hold on tightly to what you have because of being afraid to lose it. So I would say the advice here always is to loosen the grip on things that we hold on too tightly to. But just know that, you know, there may be some aspects of communication and about a little bit of rigidity here that would need to be worked on, right? But you do have like this is like a new sort of love offer, but this is also a page, so this can be coming in a little bit immature, and that could be why these aspects are here. There just may be some more development to be done. You know, and listen, I'm not saying to stick in something that doesn't feel healthy, and I'm not saying wait either, but I'm saying that some things are workable. And only you know, like, what's workable for you. Only you know what you can exist in and still maintain some happiness. But I'm an advocate of maintaining your happiness always. So if these things are too heavy to exist in, Gemini, then you have to make that decision, right? But there is love here. There's Three of Cups. There's Page of Cups, albeit maybe a little bit immature. You have an Ace of Cups here where this reading ends out. And this is like, Ace of Cups is like the most love that can really be shared. If we're talking about mutual energy, if it were one person that we were reading here, I would say this is the most love that a person can feel for another person, right? But this is in the mutual energy. So this is like an overabundance, an overfilling of love. And this love may be able to bring a little peace into this situation. But just keep a heads up, you know, for underdevelopment, need to develop. Like I said before, I'm not saying that patience is not okay. Like, patience is beautiful when you love someone, yeah, but just make sure that you're taking care of yourself in the midst of all of this, and that things are not getting too heavy, to the point that you're not able to maintain your happiness, right? So it's like sometimes people can step up and develop out of these energies, and sometimes it's tough to wait on. So, you know, you know what's best for you, but there's just, I would say, have an awareness that there's a little bit going on there with some things that need work in terms of rigidity, possible communication styles, maybe both of you being a little bit too self-protective, maybe a little bit of a call to letting things be a little bit more vulnerable. But this Ace of Cups might be able to bring vulnerability into the situation. And you've got Three of Cups here, which there's some harmony there too. So yeah, so we'll just have to see what happens here, how this plays out, Gemini. And listen, this may not resonate with every Gemini. This is a general reading. So if this did resonate with you, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It helps me grow the channel. And if it didn't resonate, you can feel free to go over and watch your sun, moon, and rising. You might find more information there. But I really just want to thank you for your support and for coming out and receiving this reading today. I appreciate you being here, Geminis, okay? Take care, guys.